Let me ask you something that might be a little uncomfortable. How many times have you said, starting Monday, I'm going to change things? Starting Monday, I'm going to wake up early, eat better, study more, work harder.
And then Monday comes.
And Monday comes. And somehow, nothing changes. The alarm goes off and you turn it off. The plan was perfect on Sunday night. But Monday morning feels very different.
And you don't understand why. Because you wanted it. You really wanted it. The motivation was real.
But motivation, it turns out, is not enough. Motivation comes and goes. It's not reliable. It's not consistent.
So what is? What actually keeps successful people moving, even on the days they don't feel like it?
One word. Discipline. And today, we're going to teach you exactly what self-discipline is, why most people get it wrong, and how to build it in a way that actually lasts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Speak Unstoppable, the podcast where we help you speak English naturally and confidently through real, honest conversations.
I'm John.
And I'm Maria. So happy you're here with us today.
This episode is for B1 to B2 learners, intermediate to upper intermediate level English.
How are you feeling today, John?
Honestly, disciplined. I woke up early today. I exercised. I had a good breakfast. I feel like a completely different person.
Who are you, and what have you done with John?
I know. It doesn't happen every day, but when it does, the whole day feels better.
That feeling? That's exactly what today is about. Before we start, thank you. Really. Thank you for choosing to learn English with us today.
You showed up. That is already an act of self-discipline. Let's go.
Okay, let me ask you something honest. Is there something in your life right now, something you know you should be doing, but you keep putting off?
Oh, yes. For me, it's exercise. I know I should do it. I feel better when I do it. And yet, some weeks, it just doesn't happen.
And the strange thing is, it's not that you don't want the result. You do want to be fit. You do want to be healthy.
I absolutely want that. But wanting the result and doing the work, those are two very different things.
And this gap between knowing what to do and actually doing it, that is exactly where self-discipline lives.
Most people think self-discipline means being strict with yourself, punishing yourself, forcing yourself.
And that's why most people fail at it. Because that approach, it exhausts you. You can force yourself for a week, maybe two. And then you collapse.
And you feel worse than before. Because now you feel like you failed.
But real self-discipline, the kind that actually works long-term, it doesn't feel like punishment. It feels like identity.
Identity? What do you mean?
It means disciplined people don't force themselves to do things. They have become the kind of person who does those things. It's just who they are.
So it's not about willpower. It's about who you believe yourself to be.
Exactly. And today, we are going to show you how to get there. Step by step. In real, simple English.
Maybe this is you. You start strong. Every time. But somewhere in the middle, it falls apart. And you don't know why.
Today, you find out why. And more importantly, what to do about it.
Okay. Let's start by clearing up a very common misunderstanding.
What is it?
Most people think self-discipline means having more willpower. more force, more pushing yourself.
And that's not what it is?
That's not what it is at all.
Then what is it?
Self-discipline is the ability to do what you decided to do even when you don't feel like doing it, without needing motivation, without needing to be in the mood.
So it's about action despite feeling, not action because of feeling.
Yes, motivated people act when they feel like it. Disciplined people act regardless of how they feel.
And regardless means without being affected by, no matter what.
So a disciplined person doesn't wait to feel motivated to study. They study because they decided to study, and feelings are not in charge.
That sounds hard.
It sounds hard, but here's the secret. It gets easier. Every time you do the thing despite not feeling like it, it becomes a little easier next time.
Like building a muscle. Build a muscle means get stronger through regular practice.
Exactly like building a muscle. The first time you go to the gym, it's painful. Everything hurts.
The second time, a little less painful.
The 30th time, it's just part of your day. Normal. Automatic.
Automatic means happening without thinking, without effort.
And that's what self-discipline becomes when you build it properly. It stops feeling like effort. It becomes part of who you are.
But most people give up before they get there because the beginning is hard and they think this is always going to be this hard.
And it's not. The beginning is the hardest part. Always.
Let me give you a simple example. Learning English. When you first started, every word was effort. Every sentence was work.
But now, you're listening to this podcast, following along, understanding most of it.
Because you kept going. Even on the days you didn't feel like it. Even when it was hard.
That was self-discipline. And you already have it. You just need to apply it to more areas of your life.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You started something strong. And then, somewhere, you lost momentum. And you thought, I just don't have discipline.
You have it. You just haven't built the habit of using it yet.
Okay, let's talk about motivation. Because this is where most people go wrong.
Yes, we live in a world that sells motivation, motivational videos, motivational quotes, motivational speeches.
And they feel amazing. In the moment.
You watch a motivational video. You feel incredible. You think, yes, I'm going to change everything, starting now.
And then, 2 hours later,
you're on the sofa, watching another video.
Yes, the motivation lasted exactly as long as the video.
Because motivation is an emotion. And emotions are temporary. They come and go.
Temporary means not permanent. It doesn't last.
And basing your discipline on an emotion, that will never work long term.
So, what should you base it on instead?
3 things: systems, environment, identity.
Let's start with systems. A system is a set of actions you do regularly, in a specific order, at a specific time.
For example, instead of saying, I want to exercise more, you say, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, at 7 in the morning, I put on my shoes and I go for a 30-minute walk.
Specific. Scheduled. Systematic.
Systematic means organized. Done in a clear, consistent way.
And now, you don't need to decide every day. The decision is already made. You just follow the system.
Second, environment. Your environment is everything around you, and it affects your behavior enormously.
Enormously means to a very large degree. A lot.
If your phone is on your desk while you study, you will check it because it's there.
If junk food is in your kitchen, you will eat it because it's accessible.
But if you remove the distraction, if you put the phone in another room, if you don't buy the junk food,
The disciplined action becomes the easy action because there's no competition.
so design your environment for the behavior you want, not the behavior you're trying to avoid.
And third, identity. This is the most powerful one.
What do you mean by identity?
Identity means how you see yourself, the story you tell about who you are.
And most people say, I am trying to be more disciplined. I am trying to exercise. I am trying to study.
Trying keeps it outside of you, like it's something you're reaching for, something you haven't become yet.
But disciplined people say, I am someone who exercises. I am someone who studies every day. I am someone who keeps their commitments.
The identity comes first, and the actions follow the identity.
So instead of, I'm trying to study English every day, say, I am an English learner. This is what I do.
And then studying feels less like a struggle and more like, this is just who I am.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You tried to build a habit many times, and it never stuck. Maybe the problem wasn't willpower. Maybe the problem was identity.
Change who you think you are, and your actions will change with it.
Okay, let's talk about the mistakes. Because most people approach self-discipline in ways that are guaranteed to fail.
Mistake number 1. Trying to change everything at once.
Oh yes, the classic. January 1st energy.
Yes, new year, new me. I'm going to wake up at 5, exercise for an hour, eat perfectly, study for 2 hours, meditate, journal.
And by January 10th,
Everything is gone. Back to normal. And now you feel worse because you failed.
but you didn't fail because you're weak. You failed because you tried to change too much too fast.
The brain resists large, sudden changes. It's designed to keep things the same. It's called homeostasis.
Homeostasis means the tendency to keep things stable, to return to what feels normal.
So when you try to change everything, your brain fights back. Hard.
The solution: start with one thing, one small thing, and do it consistently for 30 days.
Consistently means regularly, without long breaks.
One thing for 30 days. That's how habits are built, not 10 things for 3 days.
Mistake number 2. Making the goal too big and the start too hard.
Yes, I'm going to run 5 kilometers every day. When you haven't exercised in a year,
That's not discipline. That's punishment. And your brain will avoid punishment.
start so small it feels almost embarrassing. 10 minutes of walking, 5 minutes of studying, 1 page of reading.
1 page? People always say, that's not enough. That won't make a difference.
But here's what 1 page does. It keeps the habit alive. It keeps the identity alive.
And a habit that stays alive grows. A habit that dies has to be restarted from 0, which is so much harder.
Mistake number 3, waiting to feel ready.
Oh, this one. I'll start when I have more time. I'll start when things calm down. I'll start when I feel more motivated.
And when does that moment come?
Almost never. Because there is always something. Life is always busy. Things never fully calm down.
Disciplined people don't wait for the perfect moment. They start in the imperfect moment.
Imperfect means not ideal, not perfect, but real.
They start tired. They start busy. They start unsure. And they start anyway.
Because starting, even imperfectly, is always better than waiting perfectly.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You've been waiting for the right time to start something, and the right time keeps not arriving.
Start today. Imperfectly. That is enough.
Okay, practical time. Real steps. Things you can actually do starting today.
Step 1. Choose one habit. Just one. Something small. Something specific.
Not, I want to be more disciplined, but I will study English for 15 minutes every morning before breakfast.
Specific. Timed. Attached to something you already do, like breakfast. This is called habit stacking.
Habit stacking means connecting a new habit to an existing one, so the existing habit reminds you to do the new one.
After I make coffee, I study. After I brush my teeth, I read. After I sit at my desk, I turn off my phone.
The existing habit becomes a trigger. Trigger means something that automatically starts another action.
Step 2. Track it. Every day you do it, mark it somewhere. A calendar. A notebook. A simple app.
And here's the power of tracking. You build a streak. Streak means a continuous run of days without missing.
And once you have a 5-day streak, you don't want to break it. The streak itself becomes motivation.
Don't break the chain, that's the phrase. Keep the chain going, day after day.
Step 3. Plan for failure. Because you will miss a day. Everyone does.
And most people, when they miss one day, they miss 2, and then 3, and then the habit is gone.
The rule is never miss twice. 1 day off is rest. 2 days off is the start of a new habit, the habit of not doing it.
So when you miss, you just say, okay, tomorrow, no guilt, no drama, just tomorrow.
No guilt. This is so important. Guilt makes you feel bad. And feeling bad makes you want to avoid the thing that made you feel bad.
So guilt actually destroys discipline. Instead of helping it,
Be neutral about mistakes. Notice them. Correct them. Move on.
Step 4. Celebrate small wins. Small wins means the small successes along the way, not just the big goal at the end.
You studied for 15 minutes today. That's a win. Say it out loud. I did it.
It sounds small, but the brain registers it, and the brain wants more of that feeling.
So you create a positive cycle. Do the thing, feel good, want to do it again.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You built a habit once, and it felt incredible when it became automatic.
That feeling, you can build it again. For any habit. At any time.
Can I share something that completely changed how I think about discipline?
Please.
I used to think disciplined people were just different, stronger somehow, more serious, like they were born with something I didn't have.
A lot of people think that.
And then I read something that changed everything. It said, disciplined people don't have more willpower than everyone else. They just have fewer moments where willpower is required.
Say that again.
Disciplined people don't have more willpower. They just have fewer moments where willpower is required.
Because they have systems, habits, environments that make the right thing the easy thing.
Yes, they don't fight themselves every morning. Because the decision was already made. The environment is already set up. The identity is already there.
So the goal is not to become someone with incredible willpower.
The goal is to build a life where you need willpower as rarely as possible.
And that anyone can do. With time. With small steps. With patience.
And here's what I want to say to English learners especially. Learning English requires self-discipline. There's no shortcut. There's no magic method.
But every day you show up, even for 15 minutes, you are building something real.
And one day, it won't feel like discipline anymore. It will just feel like who you are.
An English speaker. Because that's who you became, one day at a time.
Remember this sentence. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems.
Say it again.
You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems.
Build better systems. And the goals take care of themselves. Okay, everyone, let's slow down now. Word tour time.
Key words from today. Say them with us.
Word 1. Self-discipline. This means the ability to do what you decided to do even when you don't feel like it. Example 1. Self-discipline is not about punishment. It's about keeping promises to yourself. Example 2. She built her self-discipline slowly, one small habit at a time.
Self-discipline is not a personality trait you're born with. It is a skill you build. Anyone can build it.
Word 2. Regardless. This means without being affected by. No matter what the conditions are. Example 1. Disciplined people act regardless of how they feel. Example 2. She showed up to practice regardless of the weather.
Act regardless. Not because you feel like it, but because you decided to.
Word 3. Systematic. This means organized and done in a clear, consistent way. Example 1. His approach to studying was very systematic. Same time, same place, every day. Example 2. Systematic practice always beats random practice.
Be systematic. Remove the daily decision. Just follow the system.
Word 4. Temporary. This means not permanent. It doesn't last. Example 1. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is what keeps you going after motivation fades. Example 2. The discomfort of starting something new is temporary. It gets easier.
Motivation is temporary. Habits are permanent. Build habits, not motivation.
Word 5. Consistently. This means regularly, without long breaks, in a steady way. Example 1. She studied consistently for 6 months, and her English transformed. Example 2. Small actions done consistently always beat large actions done occasionally.
Consistently is the most important word in self-improvement. Small and consistent always wins.
Word 6. Trigger. This means something that automatically starts another action. Example 1. Making coffee was her trigger for studying. She always did both together. Example 2. Find your triggers and attach good habits to them.
Triggers make habits automatic. Find yours. Use them.
Word 7. Streak. This means a continuous run of days without missing. Example 1. He had a 30-day streak of studying English and didn't want to break it. Example 2. Building a streak makes the habit feel like something worth protecting.
Build a streak. Protect the streak. And watch the habit become part of you.
Word 8. Neutral. This means not positive or negative, without strong emotion. Example 1. When she missed a day, she stayed neutral. No guilt. Just started again the next day. Example 2. Being neutral about mistakes keeps you moving forward instead of getting stuck in shame.
Be neutral about failure. It happened. Tomorrow is another day. Move on. Okay.
One thing to do today. Just one.
Choose one habit. Something small. Something specific. Something you can do in 15 minutes or less.
Maybe it's studying English. Maybe it's exercise. Maybe it's reading. Maybe it's drinking more water.
One thing. And connect it to something you already do every day. After breakfast. After brushing your teeth. After sitting at your desk.
And here is your sentence template for today. Write this down. Say it out loud.
Every day after underscore, 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 I will underscore, 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 for underscore, underscore minutes.
For example, every day after breakfast, I will study English for 15 minutes.
Or, every day after I sit at my desk, I will turn off my phone for 30 minutes.
Say your sentence out loud. Right now.
Because saying it makes it real. Writing it makes it a commitment. And doing it tomorrow, even once, makes it the beginning of who you are becoming.
Okay. Comment challenge time.
This week's question.
What is one habit you want to build? And what will your trigger be? Write it using this sentence. Every day after underscore, 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 I will, underscore, 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 for, underscore, underscore, underscore minutes.
Write it in the comments. In English, make it specific. Make it small. Make it real.
Because writing your commitment, even in a comment, makes you more likely to follow through. The research actually shows this.
We read every single comment. Everyone. And we love seeing your habits.
If this episode helped you, please give it a like. It really helps more people find us.
And subscribe to Speak Unstoppable if you haven't yet. New episodes every day, real conversations, real English, real life.
Thank you for being here today.
You showed up today. On purpose. For yourself.
That is already self-discipline. Already.
Until next time, build the system.
Trust the process.
And remember, you don't need to feel ready.
You just need to start.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.